Going to be doing some lay cutting here in a minute, but before I do, I got to set the machine up. So before I get my ground balance, I'm going to get all my settings taken care of. First of all, we're going to start with the frequency. See the button here with the 3 lines on it? We're going to hold down on that, and now you'll see the frequencies highlighted. So I'm going to move that up to 18. That's taken care of. Now I'll hit it again, and it goes right to threshold. I'm going to leave that on -1, and discrimination. I'm going to press this button again. It's going to move me to discrimination, and I'm going to move that to -5. Okay. Sensitivity, I'm going to move that up to 7. Ground balance, again, that's going to be last. So we're going to go up here to black sand and salt. So what we do is we press the terrain button, the TS button. See how black sand's highlighted now? You press the mode button, black sand is activated. I'm going to press the TS button again. Now it switches over to salt. And I'm going to press the mode button now. The salinity is at 26. While it's highlighted, I'm going to bump it all the way up to 43. That seems to work good here. I'm going to leave tracking alone. Okay, now we're all set to do our ground balance. And this is fresh water. So there's no minerals here, very little. Usually I ground balance here, around mid 500s. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, you don't have to highlight the ground balance, but I always do out of habit. So I'm going to raise the coil 1 inch off the ground, press the ground balance button, raise it 8 inches, let it go, and now it's at 533. Okay, I'm ready to hunt. One last thing I forgot to mention, I had it in all metal, and that's when I did my ground balance, really when you should ground balance in all metal. Anyway, so I'm going to press this mode button right here. Notice how all metal changes to disc, and now it's in disc. Okay, now I'm ready. All right, looks like I got a coin here. Some iron there. Iron all over this lake. Hold on a second, see if I can get this. Okay, looks like I got it. Wasn't it deep anyway? I'm guessing it's a copper. It should be here, whatever it is. Ah, it's wrong. It's a dime. So, all right, well, I'll take it. It's hard to find anything in this lake, especially in the off season. Okay, got a slam in mid-tone here. And it's mixed with some other stuff too. It's not deep. That's not good. Gold, you're always looking for a deep, for depth whenever there's gold, because gold sinks. It's heavy, obviously. Here's what it sounds like. Stand by. Looks like I got it. Not seeing anything. Hold on. Pretty sure I got it this time. Ah, sweet. A nickel. It's not a buffalo head though this time. 1994. All right, well, that's a good sign. That's showing me that I'm still in the right place. And coincidentally, this is not far. We're only talking a few yards from where I found that buffalo head. So this area needs a good working over. Okay, so here's an interesting signal. We're going from high tone to mid tone. Okay. I'm not hearing any iron here, and we're starting to get into the deep sand. So it's going from like 12, 13 to low 20s. And it's got some depth to it too, like at least 8 inches. Hold on. Here's what it was. I'm not too proud to admit I got fooled by a rusty bottle cap. These things are tough to get. I mean, you think I'd be used to it by now, but in the water, it's different from on the land. You heard it, I showed it to you, and we weren't even getting an iron reading in there. But notice how it was bouncing from the 12 to 13 all the way up to the low 20s, like even the quarter range. So like I said in my last water video, you have to really be cautious about any kind of signals that have a big spread like that, unless they sound like two different tones, you know, and instead of, you know, two separate tones, instead of spreading from mid to high like that. Okay, here's a bouncing signal. It keeps going back to 8. There's iron in there, and it's going to 11, 12, but mostly it's just staying a mid-tone and iron. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, so I got it out of the hole, and then it fell through the scoop. And now we got a solid tone that's like 7, 6, 7, 8. Now it's got me real curious. Hold on. Okay, I ended up finding it. It's lead. It's not a bullet. I'm not sure what this is, but at least I found it. It was like a solid signal around, you know, 6 to 8. So right in the gold range, but it didn't sound like gold. That's the funny thing about, like I said before, 22 shorts and also slugs or small piece of lead. They bounce a lot. I mean, it's like a rat-a-tat-tat sound. I'll demonstrate. Hold on. Okay, so there it is on the shore. See, it's not a consistent hard hit. It's like I said, it's more of a rat-a-tat-tat sound. And you get the same thing with 22 shorts, except it's a higher. 22 shorts being brass, they're gonna bounce up higher. And the 22 short slugs or long, whatever, they're gonna be, you know, they're gonna be like the same range as this, but they're gonna have a more pronounced sound. This isn't that consistent, probably because it's got a jagged edge on it. Here's a tone that I'm gonna avoid, okay? Listen. See how it's bouncing into the iron range, okay, the wraparound. If that was a good signal, you know, a good mid-conductor, gold, even aluminum, especially gold, it's gonna work its way through that iron, and it's gonna be consistent. When you have a good tone down there, even with iron, as long as the iron is not way bigger than that gold's gonna come through consistently, okay? Kind of like that nickel I found a couple weeks ago. It was surrounded by iron, but it was a consistent mid-tone. All right, here's a hard-hitting mid-tone. 6, 7 nickel range. Not deep though, and the sand here is about 1 foot deep, so I don't know, it's probably about at least 6 inches. Here's how it sounds like. Consistent, good tone. Pencil eraser. That wasn't it. I seem to have lost this target. Okay, I finally found it. It was apparently this aluminum custom jewelry earring or stud. So I was banging at 6 and 7. So it's a good sign. There's stuff here still. Check this out. High tone, mid tone. Listen to the audio. I'm betting it's a bottle cap. Hold on. There it is. So these bottle caps, even the ones that aren't rusted, usually the ones that are new that aren't rusted, they don't have any kind of iron wrap around, as you probably already are aware. But this one had a little bit of a wrap around, but still it was just bouncing from mid-tone, high tone, and you could tell it just wasn't right. So once you get your water ears on, you rarely dig these things, except for those encrusted ones. Those are tricky because usually they're real deep and they tend to fool you even more. All right, I got a mid-tone here mixed with iron. Let you hear it. It's a good mid-tone busting through there, through all that iron. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Ah, nice. Another buffalo. 1926. It's older than the one I found, but it's not nearly as good shape, but it's still got the date on it. Yeah, sweet. I must have passed that over last week, but there's, hold on, let me hear the rest of the stuff that's in that hole. Here's what's left in that hole. Hear all that iron? It seems like there's another high tone in there. It might be a coin. Hold on. Let me do some more digging. This is sweet. Just to show you how deep that hole is, watch the rod as I put it in the, you're looking at least a foot. Slam that. Man, it seems like there's something else down there. I think there is. Hold on. Okay, I found what was making that other mid-tone. It was this piece of brass. To what it's for, I do not know, but it looks pretty old. But it was down there with that nickel, and I'd venture to say that buffalo nickel was down there probably since the 30s, because the date is still, it's not in bad shape. The year and everything is still on there pretty good. We'll take a better look at it later. But anyway, yeah, this is down there. Good foot, man.